The story of the Bell Witch begins in the quiet Tennessee frontier of the early 1800s, where life was shaped by rugged landscapes, deep faith, and an uncertain wilderness. The Bell family settled in the Red River region seeking new opportunity, unaware that beneath the calm surface of frontier life, something strange was stirring. At first, the disturbances were subtle, soft tapping on the walls, faint footsteps moving across the attic, whispers so quiet they could be mistaken for wind sliding between the logs. But the sounds grew more deliberate, more aware, and soon the family sensed that they were not alone. Neighbors had spoken of strange lights drifting through the forests and animals panicking at unseen forces, yet no one expected the Bells would become the center of a haunting that would terrify generations. As nights passed, the disturbances intensified beyond simple knocks and whispers. Objects moved on their own, blankets were yanked from sleeping children, and Betsy Bell felt invisible hands tug at her hair. The family searched for intruders and prayed through sleepless nights, but nothing human could explain the escalating torment. The whispers sharpened into fragments of words, drifting through the cabin like cold breath. Friends and neighbors invited to witness the events left shaken, insisting they heard a disembodied voice echo from the corners of the house. What began as eerie but harmless noises soon transformed into a siege of paranormal activity that threatened the sanity of everyone living under the Bell roof. The entity soon revealed its intelligence, mocking the family and repeating private conversations it couldn't possibly have heard. It responded when spoken to, like a presence eager for attention yet unwilling to fully reveal itself. When asked for its name, it shifted between riddles and laughter, though many began calling it the witch. Some claimed it answered to Kate, while others insisted it refused any name at all. Its personality was unpredictable, gentle one moment, hateful the next. It could sing hymns in a trembling soprano before erupting into violent shrieks. The community had never faced something that could argue theology, mimic voices, and hurl objects across a room as if fueled by boundless rage. Whatever haunted the Bells was deliberate, aware, and terrifyingly powerful. John Bell soon became the witch's primary target. It attacked him relentlessly, calling him a fraud and threatening to end his life. His health deteriorated rapidly under the invisible assault, mysterious choking fits, bouts of paralysis, and blinding headaches that no doctor could explain. Betsy also suffered greatly, enduring pinches and blows from unseen hands that left physical marks on her skin. Ministers tried to intervene, but the witch mocked them openly. Travelers began arriving from far away, hoping to hear the infamous voice for themselves, and many left terrified. What had once been a local curiosity had become a haunting so intense that it captured the attention of the entire region. The witch's ability to imitate voices only deepened the fear surrounding the haunting. It copied the speech patterns of neighbors, injured animals, and even the Bell children, creating an atmosphere of horrifying unpredictability. It occasionally predicted future events, and many of its predictions came true, fueling speculation that it saw beyond the present. Although Betsy was the primary victim of its physical torment, the witch displayed a disturbing fascination with her romantic life. When Betsy became engaged to Joshua Gardner, the witch erupted in violent protest, threatening misfortune if the engagement continued. Eventually, overwhelmed by fear, Betsy broke off the relationship. Whether the entity acted out of jealousy, control, or malice, no one could determine its true motives. Yet the witch's behavior was not entirely malevolent. Odd moments of compassion surfaced, especially when the younger Bell children fell ill. The entity prayed softly beside their beds or claimed to fetch water from the well, acts multiple witnesses swore were impossible but somehow occurred. These contradictions puzzled everyone. Was the witch a spirit of vengeance? A protector? A trickster? Or something that defied human explanation entirely? The entity provided contradictory stories about its identity and purpose, weaving confusing narratives that left the Bells grasping for answers. It seemed to feed on attention, becoming more vocal whenever visitors arrived. Its complexity made the haunting more terrifying. It was not a simple ghost but something capable of emotion, logic, and intent. As winter set in, the witch's attacks on John Bell intensified. His condition worsened until he was bedridden, barely able to speak. The family discovered a strange black vial among his medicines. When questioned, the witch gleefully claimed it had poisoned him. To test its claim, the liquid was given to a cat, which died instantly. Horror filled the Bell household as they realized the entity might truly be capable of murder. On December 20, 1820, John Bell died, and the witch celebrated loudly, proclaiming his death as the fulfillment of its promise. The haunting had escalated from torment to lethal force, leaving the Bells devastated and the community terrified. After John Bell's death, the activity diminished but never fully ceased. The witch eventually announced that it would leave, promising to return in 7 years. In 1828, it kept that promise, appearing briefly to John's son Richard. During this encounter, it reportedly engaged in philosophical discussions and gave cryptic predictions about the future of the nation. Then it vanished again, leaving behind only questions. Some believed the witch had completed its purpose, others feared it had only grown dormant. Its brief return confirmed that this entity was not bound by time or place. Whatever it was, it chose when to appear and whom to confront, operating by a logic only it understood. As years passed, the Bell Witch legend spread across the South and eventually the entire nation. Visitors to the old Bell property reported chilling experiences, whispers from empty rooms, sudden cold breezes, and the unsettling feeling of being observed. The nearby cave, now known as the Bell Witch Cave, became a hotspot for investigators and thrill seekers. Some claimed stones were thrown at them, others described shadowy figures moving silently through the tunnels. Whether these events were manifestations of the witch or the power of suggestion, the atmosphere around the property remained undeniably eerie. The story grew into an enduring supernatural mystery, one that refused to fade from American folklore. Today, the Bell Witch is regarded as one of America's most terrifying and persistent ghost stories. It continues to inspire books, films, and paranormal investigations, drawing curious minds into a tale woven from fear, testimony, and the unexplained. The chilling part is how many witnesses insisted the witch was real, respected townspeople, ministers, and neighbors who had nothing to gain from their claims. Their accounts echo across generations, suggesting that the frontier once harbored forces beyond human understanding. Whether the witch was a vengeful spirit, a poltergeist, or something stranger, it left behind a legacy that is both unsettling and unforgettable, a reminder that the past still whispers through the dark corners of America's history.